Good morning and warm welcome to Mice Connect. I joined STB 3 weeks ago, and over the last 3 weeks I've been learning a great deal about the fantastic work that STB does together with partners like yourselves here in the BT mice industry. So I'm very happy that I've had a chance to be talking to you. I'm not just holed up in my office reading and getting lots of briefings, but I'm happy to be here, meeting you, talking to you, understanding the challenges, understanding the opportunities that are out there. So thank you. Please feel free to come and say hi. I have seemingly unending supply of name cards to be giving out, as well as pockets to put your name cards, but please come and say hi, introduce yourselves. I will not remember your names, please forgive me, but keep saying hi to me in the future as well. But of course, this event is not about me. You are the key players here, and today's Mice Connect event is organized by STB for you to connect, to network, to share knowledge and best practices with each other. And so I hope that you will find today's event useful and meaningful too. This year has been a busy year for all of us. As ASEAN Chair, Singapore has had to chair many big ASEAN-related events and meetings, such as the ASEAN, the East Asia summits that are going on right now. Of course, I'm sure you remember the historic summit between DPRK and the US earlier this year, as well as other big events like the Singapore Air Show, the Food and Hotel Asia, as well as the Singapore FinTech Festival going on right now. This year, Singapore also hosted significant association conventions, including the annual meeting of the Organization for Human Brain Mapping, as well as the Young Presidents Association, EDGE. Large corporate and incentive groups, including Herbalife Southeast Asia, Amway India, and McDonald's China, also chose Singapore for their events. Your achievements and hard work have not gone unnoticed. Last month, Singapore was awarded the 2018 Reader's Choice Awards for Best Mice Destination Asia Pacific by Travel Weekly Asia. I must extend my deepest gratitude to all of you here, because these achievements have only been possible because of your strong support and partnership. So thank you very much. Well done. These events have undoubtedly contributed to our tourism industry performance this year. I'm very pleased to inform you that we are likely to have another record year in terms of tourism arrivals for this year. In the first half of 2018, Singapore attracted 9.2 million visitor arrivals, which is a 7.7% increase over the same period from 2017. About 1.3 million of these travelers, 15%, were here for BT Mice events, contributing at least 2.2 billion Singapore dollars to our tourism receipts. Quite significant. So, and this is 22% of our total tourism receipts for the first half of the year. So 15% of our visitor arrivals, contributing 22% of our tourism receipts. So you can see how high value these BT Mice travelers are. So, as you will know, mice travelers are important because each business spends about 1.8 times more than of a leisure visitor. So it is vital that we continue pursuing this segment as a key strategy towards quality tourism. In fact, mice has far-reaching benefits beyond tourism. Let me just share one example. I've been here for just 3 weeks, and I've been trying to visit events and activities and meetings like this. And just a few days ago, Aloysius will recall that I visited the Singapore FinTech Festival. I was flabbergasted, floored by how large, how vibrant the event was, and the huge range of companies from all over the world that were represented there. But what left a really deep impression on me, apart from the great food, was the strong representation from Singapore's tech startups. And it occurred to me that events like the Singapore FinTech Festival help to give our small startups a marvelous, unparalleled opportunity to reach out to a much larger group of potential partners and clients than if they had to market themselves on their own. And so, events like the FinTech Festival give Singapore companies an edge that they otherwise might not have. And so the key question that lies before us now is quite clear. What do we need to do, STB, as players in the industry, what do we need to do to continue growing this segment of our business? You know better than me that the competition out there is very stiff. But let me share 3 big thoughts about what we do in the future. First, I believe we must all embrace innovation instead of resisting it. You know that the travel industry is facing immense disruptions. Airlines, hotels, travel agents, all these are facing tremendous changes and shifts because of social media, technology, and many other factors. And the BT MICE industry is not immune to these challenges. That's why STB has organized the Innovation Challenge to help tackle challenges and innovate through the smart application of technology. We organized innovation challenges for travel agents, tourist guides, and hotels last year, which were very well received by the industry, and many of the pilot partners are already adopting solutions in their operations to very good results. For the MICE Innovation Challenge, STB has engaged many of you over the past few months to understand your challenges when organizing and managing events. We conducted one-on-one meetings and group workshops to identify the most pressing of these challenges. The 7 challenges that we identified were then presented to solution providers, and I'm happy to say that we have shortlisted 28 solutions out of more than 50 proposals received to be shared with you today. You can see them around the room. The tech companies that you see here, over 20 of them, have spent time conceptualizing solutions to your challenges. They are here to pitch their ideas to you today and to secure you as pilot partners in order to co-develop the solutions together with you. Please don't disappoint them. STB will provide funding to shortlisted tech companies to help bring their ideas to fruition. And we really hope to see co-creation between you and the tech companies. I encourage all of you to hear their pitches, and I hope that many of you will sign up to become pilot partners with them. The second big idea that I think we need to focus on is data. I think our work all needs to be better informed by data. Some of you who were at the MICE Connect session in January this year may remember STB's sharing of the Tourism Information and Services Hub, TIH. To recall, the Tourism Information and Services Hub is a one-stop, central digital resource platform that hosts Singapore's tourism offerings and travel-related services in order to connect businesses, to access real-time content and services, to enhance and to power your front-end digital systems. TIH now has over 1,200 organizations with over 1,000 business listings contributed by the industry. New categories have been added to TIH, including events and venues, so that product owners can contribute your business listings in order to reach out to more consumers in Singapore and overseas. Beyond TIH, the big piece that we're working on in STB is the Singapore Tourism Analytics Network, or STAN, which is a central data analytics platform that consolidates and analyzes all of our available tourism data. STAN enables us to leverage data analytics to understand our visitors' needs so that we can better anticipate and meet changing consumer demands, to target our consumers more effectively, and to deliver more seamless and personalized, higher value experiences. We've been rolling out STAN to STB internally, but we fully intend to roll this platform out to industry partners like yourselves. And when we do so, I hope that you will come on board quickly to use the available data to create useful, actionable insights and strategies in order to provide more competitive and compelling products and services for your customers. Finally, the third big idea is capability development. While innovation, data, and technology are important to the MICE industry, we must not forget that your industry is very much a people business. We must not let up on continuing our efforts to develop our industry talents, having a pipeline of young Singaporeans who are willing to come on board this industry to help the industry to grow, to compete, to stay relevant, to meet the changing demands of increasingly discerning MICE travelers who demand high-tech, yet high touch as well. As the MICE industry champion, Sacios remains an important partner to STB, and we will continue to work closely together to drive continuing professional education for those in the industry too. Since last year, STB has been working with Skills Future Singapore and Workforce Singapore to develop a skills framework for tourism, which is here, and that includes sections on MICE as well. This is a guide to occupations and skills in the tourism sector with the aim of promoting skills mastery and lifelong learning. Later on today, Skills Future Singapore will share more about the framework, so stay tuned for more. I want to conclude by leaving you with this one big thought. Having had conversations with many of you, and also hearing from the industry, as well as our STB officers based overseas and here in Singapore, I think I can only conclude that the opportunities for growth across the tourism sector, and especially in the MICE sector, are quite staggering. The question for us then is this: will we be ready to capture those opportunities for the future? And I think that's a challenge for all of us here today. Thank you very much.